putain! Oh putain! Merde, vite! Vite, vite! Retourne dedans! Retourne dedans! C'est bon.
Welcome everybody to the Plumes of Hazard. As always, I'm your host, the Angstful Vapor. To my left is lovely, talented Foo Baka, and right down there nowhere is Masplas, because I don't know where he is. Welcome, and I did check. My fourth Yeti, so to speak, is down in the OBS. Should be live this time. Oh wait, Slange. That's a good lesson, Festy. I think that's one that sailors understand, people that are on the water. But yeah, you only see a little bit at the top of an iceberg, but there's a lot underneath it. Well, it might be shaped kind of funny and roll over easily. They do that. They do that. Food, did you
well, now, with all the global warming, these icebergs are rolling over like Simps.
Did you see what I named the episode, by the way?
What was that?
Did you see what I named the episode, by the way?
I did not. What'd you call it?
Well, you said cereal first, right? I said cereal first. People are weird. I know.
I can forgive you for the left-handed thing, but
I know. I do fully admit that that's normal. What's that?
I don't actually hold that against you.
What? The Southpaw?
Yeah, I why the fuck would I hold it against you?
I don't know. Being a Southpaw is awesome.
I was just making, the funny thing,
Yeah. No, I have never minded it because it gives an incredible advantage in sports. Almost all of them. Just saying. Do you disagree?
Oh.
As a pitcher? As a hitter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tennis? Huge advantage in racket sports.
Bowling?
I don't know if bowling would be much of an advantage, would it?
It would, in that you don't. Well, I don't know if it's so much an advantage, but like when you're lefty in bowling, at least the way it was explained to me, you have your own oil grooves.
That's exactly what I was going to say. If nothing else, your wax is probably more pristine.
You're bowling
right?
in your own shit.
Yeah.
So I guess yeah.
Well, yeah, racket sports, I mean, my forehand is what most people are used to hitting to people's backhand. So they have to swap over where they're normally more comfortable hitting and more practiced in hitting. So they have to flip their game around. And I'm fine. I can do whatever. Handball. Yeah,
but then they complain about things that aren't for left-handed people.
Oh, all the time. And some of it's pretty irritating. Really. Like notebooks. Oh my god, notebooks are the bane of my existence when I was a kid.
It's a good language for left-handed people. Arabic. There you go.
Sure.
It reads right to left.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom.
Should have learned some Arabic.
Go unlearn English.
Too late. I barely understand it as it is. Hey, what's up, Addy? Hey, Festy. Hey, Rick. Horror. And Dennis Michael, who I mistakenly called Dennis Mitchell earlier. I can't. So, and I think what it is my brain sort of morphed it into Mitchell because one of my favorite MST3K episodes was they did it like a 70s action movie, and the star was Mitchell. That was the badass detective guy in the 70s action movie. His name was Mitchell, and that's what they said the whole time. It makes me happy. Oh, and one of the things that I learned in Mystery Science Theater 3000 was remember did you ever watch those shows, by the way? Are you an
It's been a
MST3K
long
guy?
time, but I used to.
Okay. It's been forever since I saw it too, but when I was a kid, I watched Manos, Hands of Fate. and there was an episode I've been rewatching Sherlock recently, and one of those episodes they had this thing and they talked about Manos, Hands of Fate, which made my entire evening when I watched it. I was like, dude, it's hands of fate. That made me very happy. Yeah, dude, horror, absolutely. Yeah, racket sports, and then hockey would be another one for sure. The only sport that it's not as good in is if you're shooting. Shooting is a little harder, especially with like a bolt action rifle, because you're just gonna get hit with shit. That's all there is to it. You get hot brass. Hot brass. Yes. No, that's right, Fessy. Spiral notebooks suck. But the only thing worse than a spiral notebook is a 3-ring binder. Because there's no give, right? You just got hard metal rings that you're trying to like hook your hand around and try to write. It's really annoying.
So why don't you just sit back and then write like this in the notebook?
I do know some guys they just flipped it around and wrote from the back of the notebook forward so that the spiral is on the right side.
Yeah, like people I know who couldn't afford a left-handed guitar.
Right.
Flip it upside down.
Or it'd be like Jimmy, right? He just strung it backward. Yeah. What about paintball? Great, because I could always be aggressive up on the right tape. When I had my buddies push the left tape, I pushed the right tape because I'm coming out the left side of the bunker a little more easily. It's always there's advantages, but there are.
Mickelson just won the major over the weekend.
Mickelson won, although he's not a lefty, right?
He is a lefty.
Well, he golfs lefty, but I think he's actually a right-handed person.
Whatever, just take the fucking victory. Just,
dude. So tonight, it is funny you mentioned this. So tonight, I was going through a drive-thru and I saw that they did Apple Pay. So I was like, oh, okay, can I use Apple Pay? They're like, yeah, sure. And so the guy had this little reader on a stick, basically, right? Like this little thing that he basically put it near my window. But my watch is on my right wrist, so I like had to reach over there. It was very smooth.
You couldn't just do the quick thing and then
No, because it locks itself as soon as you take it off, right? So I probably could have, if I had thought about it beforehand, I could have put it on my right wrist, and I don't know. Maybe I'll do that next time. But I have to say that scissors pretty much universally blow for a lefty because they're very uncomfortable. Especially when you get big, meaty paws anyway that are kind of like jammed in those things.
That's your own damn fault.
That is a little bit my fault. If I had like delicate like piano player fingers, that might be easier.
Fucking Edward Angsty hands.
It's true. It's true. So this week in vaping, I've got nothing. I've got nothing to talk about. So sorry, everybody, if you're tuning in for a vaping show.
Yeah. I didn't do shit in vaping this past week. I'll say this. I showed you my new tattoo last week, and this has been the biggest pain of the dick healing-wise out of anything I've gotten.
Because of the proximity of the hairiness?
No, I mean, it was like the fourth tattoo I've gotten on my arm. I've dealt with the losing the hair part. That always makes it suck a little more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because of where it is or like the nerves that it's sitting on, because it's just gotten itchy in like 2 or 3 spots. And I actually have some red marks around the perimeter where I've just taken the pry bar function of my knife and I've just kind of jabbed it in like right outside of the tattoo.
Gotta get the slap.
Just kind of like push it and then jiggle a little bit. Like, okay, I feel better.
Do the slap, man. The slap's the best.
No, poking the nerve. It's worked better.
Okay.
I've tried the slap. It worked a little better with my last thing, but this one, it's been like day 4 now. The itchiness has been it's calmed down some, but it was pretty bad at its worst. Like I was playing video games and it was getting in the way. It was getting very annoying. But I'm in the home stretch. It's done peeling out for the most part.
Yeah.
So healed pretty quickly. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
That's good. Sometimes if they get too deep, they can be a while to heal properly. My jaw hurts right here. I think it's my ear.
Stop jabbing so much.
I'm trying to rub it. It feels a little better and I massage it. So the only serious news that I've got is my bike is finally finished. Yay!
Oh yeah, pistons are.
Oh!
Hey, it's one of the Northern Lights.
What up? Are you still unmuting? Still working on it.
Zoom was being a little bitch.
There he is. What up?
Welcome.
Welcome. Hold on, I'll get you the chat link.
Horror. What I noticed is when I drink a coffee right before we go live, I'm gonna be up late.
What you got? Got some coffee?
Did was that a booger?
Yeah, what
was
was
that?
that?
Was that a
No,
booger
I
you
got
were getting rid of?
my button got a little juicy. You can probably see it.
I thought he was getting rid of a booger.
No, got a little juicy button.
Oh, the way it looked like you were trying to get rid of a boogie in the back there.
Oh no.
Did Fu get to see the picture earlier that I commented on? Because I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I brought it up.
Okay. Which one?
My calipers.
Oh yeah.
I assume that's what he's talking about. But no, Massey, I was just about to play that video.
Do it.
Yeah. All right.
Did you see the Amazon review I posted, Angsty?
I did.
The guy referred to himself as Disco Stew.
Disco Stew.
It cracked me up so hard.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm gonna play this for everybody. Where'd it go? All right, there we go.
Not often does an Amazon review get an audible laugh out of me.
Whoa. She's fixed. Yeah. Whoa. Wrong one. And I'm really glad you came, Massey, because I did have some questions for you. I was going to mention two things tonight. One was because my bike's finally fixed. I'm very happy about it. I got my tank resealed because it had started to rust from lack of use and improper storage by yours truly. But I got a new fuel pump and replaced my injector. I had them replace my injectors too because those things were foobar. Again, my fault for letting it sit. Runs like a champ now, which is awesome. But one of the things I learned is these glasses, I've been wearing these Oaks for a really long time, and they are not suited well for bike riding because of all the openness. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit too much air going through. So I was considering buying Costas, which I think, if I remember right, you're a big fan of, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, my brother is too, and that's what made me think about it. So I went to Academy, I think they had it at Academy, and the problem was it took like 20 minutes for the lady to come over, and she was not happy to be there, and I was like, all right, I don't even want to deal with this. So I looked at a couple, but I wasn't really like sure which one I should be looking at. So actually, I don't think I've ever shared via Zoom. I wonder if this is going to break OBS. All right, I'm going to try it. This might break everything, so everybody hold on to your pants. All right, what's this look like in OBS? Oh, that looks like
it looks good.
That looks like dog poop. OBS does not like that.
It looks good on the screen.
Yeah, it looks great on the screen, but not for the peoples. The peoples do not like that. Okay. So, I instead, well, crap, how am I going to do this then? because if I share the way that OBS likes it, you guys aren't going to be able to see it. So maybe we can do this. Maybe I can share so the peoples can see it, but then you can just, here, I'll just give you the link of what I'm looking at, and then you can tell me to go somewhere else if you want me to. Where's the chat link? I'm going to go here because that's one model that I was looking at. And I'm going to share this with the peoples. Yeah. So I was looking at the Cat K.
Mm-hmm.
In order to fit my somewhat enormous melon.
Mm-hmm.
And I also just realized that this is the wrong size for OBS. I didn't resize that. Okay, there we go. So I was looking at the Cat K, and I'm thinking polarized glass.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought they had polarized glass like smoked, like they're gray.
So
color.
here's the problem.
Yeah, go.
I just ran into this when I let's see. I don't have it in here, but basically the ones that I've had for like 12 years, I snapped
Oh no!
in half, right? And they had been beat up, right? So I mean they had I picked up. I picked up my new ones.
Yeah.
Okay, same style, but which these are the harpoon style.
All right, that's harpoon.
The problem is that they don't carry the smoke lens in most of the frames.
Styles. Okay.
Yeah. So if you went through and did you do I'm trying to see how you got to yours.
I tried on the Cat K's and the
yeah,
permits.
they don't have the smoke lens in the glass is the problem. They have them in the plastic, but they don't have them in the glass. And I don't know if it's like a supplier issue.
Yeah.
Or what, but I ran through that. I mean, I just got these probably a few months ago, and that was the problem. I could not find the 580 or the 520, whatever glass.
Yeah.
In the smoked because I like the smoke, so I ended up getting the green tint. But
okay, you went with the green.
Yeah, and actually, so it's funny because they also have warnings in the paperwork. They have a warning label about the color of tint. And of course, I don't have it near me right now. But
yeah, I should have prepped you.
Color,
sorry.
The color of
now
tint
I'm looking at fucking sunglasses.
And driving. So one of the tint colors is not recommended for driving during the day. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's if it does something with the windows or what, but
I would think that the green might be that because I think that's the one that's high contrast. That one might be a little weird on your eyes driving.
I don't think it was the green. I think it was the So the green is high contrast. The blue mirror is open reflective water. And then the gray is, for everyday activities.
Right.
But there was something. I can't find where it said. Maybe it was the copper. No, the copper is variable light and driving. Fuck, maybe it was the green. I'm not sure. But I haven't had any issues with it. But
I imagine a lot of that stuff is, probably kind of
because so the blue mirror, best for bright full sun situations on the open water and offshore. Which is like, hardly ever for me. It uses a gray base on the lens and 10% light transmission. The green, enhanced vision and contrast for fishing inshore and on flats.
Yeah.
That is got the copper base,
right,
and it's got 10% transmission. So it's for sight fishing in full sun and high contrast. So
I completely agree. By the way, Addy, that is a big thing for me too, which is why I want to put them on first to make sure I can see peripherally, especially on a bike. But you have to balance that too, in my opinion, with a good amount of cutting the air that's coming by you as well, right? So there's a delicate balance there, because I completely agree with you that is really important, but you do need some amount of blocking, and that a lot of that's got to do with aerodynamics and how the lenses are pushing that air around your eyes as opposed to funneling it in, and still hopefully be able to see out the side. So I can, like, Oakley's make I think it was the oil cans or whatever, that are just like almost like a solid band. There's this huge thick. It's no good.
Yeah. Now I will say that the gray allows more light through than any of the other ones.
Right.
The grays and the coppers allow more light transmission through, which was something that I kind of didn't like.
Yeah.
Because driving in the morning sometimes or whatever, that sun, fucking Florida sun is just blasting you, and it was different. So
yeah, I agree. Out here is the same thing.
Yep.
Horse like 100 to 200 for sunglasses. Yeah, dude. So this pair, which is still fine, I still wear every day. If I'm outside, I have sunglasses on. I'm a little photosensitive. Like, I have to be wearing sunglasses. First of all. Second of all, I've had these for over 10 years. So I buy more expensive sunglasses, but I wear the shit out of them.
People don't understand it until they wear they wear them, right? Like, dude, I am not about paying $200 for sunglasses. Okay.
No. I buy off-brand cereal. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But like sunglasses, I'll spend some money on sunglasses.
But when you live in states like Texas and Florida and Arizona and Nevada and stuff, like, you have to get good glasses. And sure, there are polarized glasses and stuff like that, but mine, I've had shit come flying at my face and the glass has taken it. So that's one thing. Obviously, I don't ride a motorcycle, but just on my everyday encounters, and two, I'm putting those things on every day. I mean, I don't work from home. And that's why I got the lanyard, because my first pair had fallen off of me. Yeah. And that is the drawback with glass, that they are very tough. Yeah. But when they fall on concrete, you're expecting something to.
So that was going to be my next question. So first, you're talking about impact resistant, which, being the guy that rides a motorcycle, is pretty important, right? You get rocks, you get bugs, you get all kind of shit flying at your eyes. And the reason I used to wear Oakleys constantly is because the optical clarity is so good. But they used to advertise them, like, in the shop. They'd have them that have been shot with a pellet shotgun. And it dents in or whatever, and the lenses are ruined if you get shot by a shotgun, but they don't shatter, and they don't shatter at your eyes, right?
Yes.
And the Coast is one of the things that I'm intrigued about, is because I have looked out of them. I borrowed my brother's for a little while recently when he was visiting, and the color is great, and it's like that impact resistant glass that makes me feel even more safe. But the question I was going to ask you was drops. Right, because that shit, my sunglasses fall off my head occasionally when I'm not wearing them, right, and they're just kind of propped up there. Is it bad? Have you dropped yours before, and do they shatter?
I'm trying to find my my lens that I snapped. So what happened to my old pair that I'd had for like 10, 12 years? The only time that I got it actually indented the glass, so it didn't crack the glass.
Okay.
But when it fell on concrete, it you wouldn't be able to feel it with your fingers, but if you use your tongue and on the outside of the glass, there's a little speck that you could feel, like it did something to the top coating of that glass. I don't know what it didn't shatter it. It didn't break it, nothing. But, if I looked, you could kind of see something, over there. But what happened, and that was only, I've dropped them a bunch of times. I dropped them on the concrete. Like, I don't even expect impact glasses to survive that when
Yeah.
you drop them on concrete and they hit, glass first, because
yeah.
the lens is the first thing it's going to hit. The
Right.
frame doesn't protect it, right? My frames were beat the fuck up. I mean, like, I remember one of the dogs had gotten to one of the corners, but they were fine. You couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
The important thing on the glasses for me was the hinges, and these freaking hinges. Dude, I wore these things everywhere. Sweat.
Yeah.
The hinges were, and they never gave out. And I'm constantly opening and closing them. And what happened to them was they snapped right at the nose piece, and that was because I stepped on them.
Oh boy.
So it was nothing that it just wore out or anything. It's just there's not much you can do if they I had them on the bed or something, and I took my shirt off, and I heard something fall when I stepped back, crunch. So the lenses are still good, and I still have them. That's why I was looking for them, but the frame cracked. So I could technically take those lenses out and put them, and just to have like a beater pair.
Yeah.
But
and they probably fix them for a pretty nominal fee. That apparently the warranty is pretty good with those things.
Yeah, you literally could just send the shit lenses in, but I don't, like I just didn't want to wait for that. It sucks when you wear sunglasses, good sunglasses for a long time, and then you don't have them.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like that 1 week where I just was waiting for the new ones to come in. It was bad.
Brutal.
News. So
I've probably got a couple of other pairs of glasses over there that I have previously worn out, right? With messed up lenses and stuff over years.
Yeah.
But I've kept them for that reason, right? If I ever have to have something,
you need a backup pair.
You got to have a backup pair. But I got an old pair of I think half jackets or something at Oakley's. They were under $100, whatever they were. They were pretty inexpensive that I got specifically for I was going kayaking, I think. And I was just like, if something happens, I wouldn't die if I lost these, as opposed to my nice ones. I'm like, I don't want to just get on the river with those.
The ones that you say your brother had?
Yeah.
The ones your brother had, were they glass?
They are, yeah. And the blue.
Yeah. So you felt the heft.
Yeah, it's surprisingly hefty.
Yes. And that's why when they fall, they go fucking lens first, because they are thick.
So glass. I was going to ask you for your melon, which is even bigger than mine, which is saying something. A couple of the ones that I tried on, they were a little tight here.
Right, and this is why I do not want you to order them, untested online or something, because that's why the Harpoon, that is the one that I wear. The problem that I had with, because these hinges will come out to get more, but you don't want to wear the glasses like that.
Right.
So these Harpoons come out, and for my big ass fucking head, they fit, perfect. So
do they indicate like head size anywhere in here? Because it doesn't really. Oh, they do say size L. Okay.
Let's see. So
yeah, check this shit out. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna share with everybody else. This is pretty cool. My screen share. So I went to the Harpoons like Matthew was talking about. It does say size L. If you click on the little eye, it's got a frame narrow and then wide. That's cool. I didn't know they did this. That's awesome.
Oh, this is great.
So I'll have to pop around and see if I can find a style that I like
dude,
that.
And it's cool, and it even shows you the measurement. So perfect. Yeah. So frame size. So the frame size is this way, and the frame fit is wide. So that makes sense. I never knew this. I just tested them on. But so now that that's pretty wide. So
yeah, that's good. So I'll have a better indication of that before I go in next time, because like I said, the lady was not having it, and I wasn't in a big hurry anyway. But I think I would like a new pair that's going to protect.
And see, if you look at their accessories, and I don't know if you have them on, but whatever. But the retainers.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of them. I know a lot of people wear them.
So I hate the silicone retainers.
Yeah.
And here's why: because when I have these, and these are Costa These are Costa retainers too.
Uh-huh.
Turn this shit off for a second so we can see this. What are my settings? And background filters. No. Okay, so when you have these retainers, these you can change and cinch up if you want. Whatever. These are soft cloth. They're not, and they're long. When I take, I'm not gonna be able to hear you, but when I have my glasses on and I take them off, the silicone ones right about there,
they grab.
You're already tight.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't want them that close to me. So that's why I get the cloth ones. They're a lot longer. So
so I've seen those, and I've seen they make them that are real thin, like almost like a thin wire cable kind of thing.
Yes, wire. Yeah.
No, I don't like those either. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think that would feel very nice on your neck.
No, they're too thin.
I found a pair of Costas that are like these.
Oh yeah, and they got funky ones for you. All kinds of tiger paw prints and stuff. Whatever you wear.
Tiger paw prints.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
Tortoiseshell, maybe.
Yeah, tortoiseshell. There you go.
I like tiger paw prints better. All right. Well, that's good. Now that we know that there's, I can kind of narrow down the models to big head sizes. I'll be doing those things. Or said for $300, those things better repel raccoons.
big melon approved.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do repel raccoons and tigers.
Yeah, and see, like the ones that you're looking at, they have the wider sides too. Yeah. So that's good for.
It might be like I got used to the half jackets. The half jackets on the Oaks, they've got a thicker side, but they're not like they're thicker, but they're a little higher, I guess, is the point.
Look at the ones I linked in chat.
What's that?
Look at the ones I linked in chat.
Oh. Will do. Where's the chat? There it is. Whoop. Oh, those are interesting looking. I don't know that I like them. I like the lens shape, but I don't think I like the frame.
Well, they're similar to what I have.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you got the classic Ray-Ban thing, right? Mm-hmm. I forget what those are called. I used to wear those when I was in high school.
Wayfarers.
Wayfarers, there you go. I guess I can show that to everybody else too. I gotta get.
What were the other ones I was looking at? These.
Boop 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 bop boop, boop bop boop, boop bop, boop bop beep.
Yeah, and I believe that the glass ones are also high impact rated, so you could use them as safety glasses.
Yeah. Which is good. Which is good. Good to see the lab works. He was just saying a minute ago. He was talking about the Arnett 3038s, and I pulled those up too. Mm-hmm. Like I can show those guys. Those are kind of interesting looking. I haven't quite seen anything styled like that before. I definitely have to put those on my face before I would invest in those things. That is very unusual shape. Glasses are one of those things. Like I could never order a pair of glasses online. Like not only for the width of the face, but also just how they feel, how they look on your face. Where the fuck
can you go try them on in person though? This brand.
What's that?
What's this? There's any of the fishing.
Yeah, Academy's got them.
Yeah.
Do you have an Academy Sports and Outdoor, the right price stuff for the right price? Academy. I'm not sure. Besides Academy,
Bass Pro Shops. I think we might have some.
Speaking of, I gotta show something here in a second. I'm gonna turn my video off and turn it back on. So I got a fishing trip coming up.
Oh, yeah?
It's been a few years since we haven't gone, and it's gonna be down at the Keys. And I've never been a big fan of like UV blocking clothing and things. But I talked to a buddy and he was like, "Oh, dude," he's like, "It's changed when I don't know. I looked at it, a few years ago because they were always tight."
Yes. Oh, for
They
sure.
mix the UV clothing thing, at least in the men's, with rash guards and shit, right? And those are inherently going to be tight. Well, he's like, no, he goes, especially if you're fishing, he's like, that stuff has changed, blah blah blah. And so, anyways, I got a few shirts, long sleeve shirts, stuff like that, because I'm going fishing. I'm not going to get a tan or get fried.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I had before that I loved was a nice wide brim hat.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Huge.
A couple of years ago, was out fishing, got fish guts on it, forgot to wash it, and then I could not get the smell out of it. I don't know what the fuck it did, but it sat for probably like a week with it in a bucket in my garage, and I washed it, and it was fine after being washed. After being washed, it was fine. But then if you're out, I was using it outside. I was out in the sun, and it was getting hot and sweaty, and the smell started coming out.
So let me suggest vinegar, like a huge distilled vinegar.
It's gone. It's gone now. But
it is okay.
Yeah, it was. I ended up buying a new one. So
okay.
Burn the old one.
So I was gonna suggest a wide brim hat. Absolutely, that's pretty huge. Even if you look ridiculous, it doesn't matter because you're fishing. The other thing is a long sleeve vented shirt that you can get at the Academy and the sports stores like that. When it's hot outside,
I'm not sure how this is gonna come through. This is gonna be great. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me turn off my background. There we go.
That's awesome.
It's nice. It's got non-reflective on the bottom.
Oh yeah,
nice and thick. Yeah.
Ooh, non-reflective on the bottom. That's nice. That's a nice feature.
Yeah. Say what?
You just drop a mixtape.
Yeah, with Schoolboy. Yeah, it's nice. It's got here's another problem is
heat.
So it's got a cinch on the back. It's nice. This is all UPF, whatever. It's got vent all the way around, whatever. It was like 15, $15, $10, whatever. And the problem is for some reason in all these hats when you look for a hat for being outside, a lot of it is from fishing.
Yes.
Okay. Or from hiking or whatever. I think that they assume that 90% of those people have little heads.
Yeah.
Because finding a fucking performance athletic hat that is not, what the fuck, people?
Made for a baby.
I know. Well, they're probably thinking, all the people that go hiking and fishing are skinny, so their heads must be small. I don't fucking know. I don't care how skinny I get. My head size.
The head size is not going to change that much. It'll change a little bit. Yeah, you'll get a little bit less padding maybe here, but not much.
And that's been a challenge is finding. So I started looking, and and some of the reviews said, this is a Cast King, so it's another fishing outfit. And
that doesn't look any too big either, by the way, when you had that on.
No, it's not even cinched at all. It fits,
is that right? It just fits well.
So it's not going to. Basically, I can put this on. It's not going to blow away.
Right on.
So it is just right. It's not super tight. It kind of fits like the Flex Fit hat. It does have a bit of a flex in it. But yeah, so it's got this non-reflective stuff on the bottom. I was shining my flashlight at it, and it just doesn't, because people forget that a really big percentage of the light bounces right off the water.
Right off the water, man.
So
it's Horror actually does wear sleeves when I fish. If I'm going to be fishing more than an hour or two, I wear a vented long sleeve and usually a white or light colored shirt, like a button up one or whatever. And if it gets real hot, I'll not button it, but it'll just be around your shoulders and down your arms, man. If you're on the water, man, you can get roasted a lot faster than you think when you're on the water.
You'll get fucked up.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't play, man. I'm going to be wearing, shorts, but I got freaking SPF 50 to just spray because I don't want to just, I just want to just go, The
Especially
last
the
thing I want
first
to be
day or
wearing now
two,
is
if
the
it's a
sun.
multi-day trip, you do
Oh,
not
yeah.
want to get burnt at the beginning.
Dude,
No.
just to preserve my tattoos, I have to spray SPF before I drive a long way.
Yeah.
Just so I don't get
I mean, dude, the sun is no joke.
The
And
sun
it will,
sucks, man.
dude, and that's the thing. That's what the problem with the glasses is, right? Like people don't even know what harm the sun will do. Like there's old timers, man, that they got cataracts at like 40
Yeah.
from just driving.
Just from driving or being
These
on the road, on the boat.
dudes that get cancer on the left arm from having their arm on the window that don't have a tinted
It's
window.
the driving tan.
You drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes to work every day and back. I mean, that's so but yeah, especially with your eyes, it's important.
What did I see that on Discord recently? There's a comic about it's either that or I saw it on Reddit. There's a comic about the sun. It was fantastic. Now I can't remember what it was. I'm totally gonna Google for it and see if I can find it. Sun comic. I found it. Yeah. All right, let me figure out how to share it here. Oh, it's not the right size for this. Yo. See if I can do this. Yeah, there we go. All right, I can share it. Beep. Here, I'll put it in the. I'll put it in chat so you can enjoy it as well. Chat. Paste. There. Click on that. Made me laugh. Oh, those are kind of dope, Foo. The blue ones.
Oh yeah, the serotonin one. Yeah. I saw this one. This is good.
Hold on, I'm gonna show everybody those ones you just posted, Foo, because those things are cool. Do 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 bow bow. Those things are slick. I like that. The other ones look like look like they're 3D printed or something. I didn't really like the other ones. There are definitely people like that, Mark. That it just doesn't bother them. I'm not one of those. If I'm out repeatedly, throughout a season, I've got a little bit of olivey kind of complexion that my mom from my mom's side, that's not as pasty white as my Scott side, but most of the time I just don't. It takes me a few trips out before I start getting tan as opposed to just red.
Yeah. The problem is that, man, it will wear you down. Like even if you're wearing sunblock,
yeah, dude,
it just blasts you. That's why I'm letting my beard grow.
Dude, just like
I'm
hot
not
days. Like I remember specifically, I went to a free concert when I was in college, and it was at Governor's Island in the city, and we had to wait for 3 or 4 hours at least before the show actually
got
opened.
in. Yeah,
I just remember we walked around the island and all that, and I remember it was during the World Cup. We were hanging out at one of the bike stands because they had the game on the radios. We were listening. I just remember come showtime, and of course we had a couple of beers. By the time showtime came, dude, we were just done.
Yeah,
it was it was also an exceptionally hot day.
Yeah,
it was in the upper 90s, probably in the hundreds with the humidity. It was it was rough. It just the sun just fucking kills you.
It can.
Yeah.
And it gives you energy, and it fucking takes it right away from you too.
And you'd think it'd be better if it's a windy day, which it often is here in North Texas.
We were on a fucking island, dude.
But
it was breezy as all hell.
If it's windy, then you get that wears on you too. You'd think it'd feel better, and it does for a while, but you get like wind burnt almost. It just beats you up after a while. Yeah. Same thing if you're on a boat, at full throttle all day too. That'll knock you around. especially if you're going out deep. So you're going to the Keys, Masty?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, boys go down there every year. I haven't been with them. So obviously nothing happened last year, but kind of opportunity to go this year. So
you guys go, on the flats or something? You do like tarpon or
no? We go deep sea.
Deep sea. Nice.
So yeah, we go out. Yeah. None of these little wimpy-sized fish.
Well, tarpon aren't wimpy. Those things are huge.
Oh, I know.
I've never.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll do a mix. I mean, it's his own boat, so we can do whatever we want. So, and we're staying at a house that's got dock, so we can just
roll right up
and go.
So that is one of the things that I want to do at some point. Is I want to go down to South Florida and catch tarpon.
Yeah,
that's not a fish that I've ever caught. I would love to do that sometime.
Yeah,
and I've heard bonefish are really fun too for similar reason, just for the fun.
Yes, so they also go. One of the days they're going to be going diving and spearfishing. And
that's cool.
I don't dive. So I just you got to get licensed and you got to do all your class and all that other shit, and I don't do it often enough to warranty.
Yeah.
Getting gear and doing all that other shit. So that's one of the days. I'm like, y'all can go diving. I'm gonna be fishing up here.
Yeah,
so
dude. Yeah, for sure. It's like
we'll see. Let's have a race.
Yeah, just drop. You could just be drop the diver down flag, and then you can put off somewhere else a little bit.
So what I'm doing is I'm thinking on that day I'm gonna try to plan a good shit. So as they go in, I'm gonna take a dump off the side and hopefully see if they see it. Chum the waters a little bit for them.
I need to eat some. So avoid the fried foods though, so it gets nice and dense, so it sinks.
Oh, my ploppers sink. They don't float. Start playing sink afloat with the kids.
I think I've only been scuba diving once, and it was just 3, including the instructor. There's just 3 of us total.
Yeah,
and he took us out in Hawaii, and it was an amazing experience. If I lived somewhere on the coast somewhere, I would totally have my license, just because it was so much fun. I had a blast.
Yeah.
Labworks says fly fishing for tarpon is insane, and I'm sure it is, man. I don't even care if it's a fly fisher or not. I'm not a big fly fisherman, only because that's not where I live. I live like in Bass World, and then when I do fish outside of here, I usually go up to like Minnesota and going for walleye and perch and that kind of thing. So I'm not in an area often where I have really tried to learn fly fishing, just because it's not the kind of fish that are around here, but that would be awesome for sure. Corey just said, "What happened to vaping? It's almost as if it's dead." Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
Kind
of. What's that Top Gear meme? Oh no. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're talking about sunglasses and tarpon fishing.
Yeah, we were talking about cereal the other week, and we were making fun of Phil and Dimitri the other week. Well, I was.
Never. Understudy would have been perfect to be in here today after his cabin trip.
Oh.
Yeah, he had his cabin trip last week.
Was that last week? I was thinking it was later in the summer.
No, it was last week.
Oh, yeah.
They went kayaking and stuff.
Well, we need to haul him in here and talk about that, because that sounds like a lot of fun.
Was he playing his ukulele when they were capsized?
Yeah. I'm sure.
Probably.
We want to talk kayaking and get old Sea Death in here. You can talk about kayaking.
And Chuff is going kayaking tomorrow.
And Chuffos, yep. You got a barracuda and a shark fly fishing? Boy, I can't imagine catching a shark or a barracuda with the teeth on a fly rod.
That's amazing that the line held up.
Your little tippet or whatever, right? Like, that's usually pretty thin mono. That's crazy. I can't imagine. I mean, usually when you're going to fish something like that, you've got leader, like steel leaders and shit, right? Mm-hmm. At least the ones I've got were on steel leaders, and that's what we have to do up north when we go walleye and pike. those things just chew through line. You can't.
Yep.
And they've got their line cutter gills too, man. They just toss their head like that and just snap a line, no problem.
Yeah.
They headbang to snap lines. Like
They do. Yeah. And if anybody's never seen them, and I'm sure a lot of people in chat have, but normally fish, you got their, your gill slit, but in front of that, and barracuda are like this too, if I recall. Been a while, but I think so. But they've got another secondary slit right in front of their gill slit that's just a serrated knife. Like I don't even know what the hell it does. It's not their gill slit. It's in front of it, and it'll.
So these
tear
fish
you up.
do what a friend of mine from college we dubbed no banging, which is a particular form of thrash metal where you're headbanging at a particular rate. It's like you're going no. we call it no banging.
No.
Sounds about right.
So any metal people in the chat, who would be a good example of no banging music? Sepultura, that'd be good. Early Sepultura.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Labworks, we fly fish from Makos in Australia. Wait a minute, Makos are those fast mother scratches that are like way out, aren't they? Don't I remember that? With the big eyes, right? Like they're super visual hunters. If I remember right, I could be remembering the wrong species of shark. I've never caught one. Yeah, tarpon have no teeth. Yeah, they're like weird looking bass, like a cross between a bass and a minnow, but then much bigger. You can just stick your hand right in there. Now you can still get tore up, from their little like tooth pad, their dental pads, whatever they call those things. Same way with the bass, right? You get the bass thumb if you caught a bunch of bass in a row. Your thumb will get all roughed up from lipping.
What about pistachio nails?
It's like pistachio nail. Yeah. As opposed to walleye fingers, whichever hand you grab those. I'm a lefty, right? So I usually grab the fish with my right, and I'm getting the hook out. But along right here, on the inside of the finger and thumb, you'll get just tore up from catching a bunch of fish because of that little serrated knife thing I was talking about.
Pistachio nails are a real thing.
I have never tried fishing out of a kayak. I fished out of canoes, not a kayak.
But yeah, pistachio nail is a real thing, guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real condition.
It should be recognized by the AMA.
Right?
Oh, man. Okay. I think that's all the news that I have this week. Anybody got anything else? That's all I got.
That's it, and that's all, man.
My boss called me at like 10 after 1 today, and he's like, "We have a meeting right now." I'm like, "No, we don't."
Mm-mm.
We did have a meeting. I never got the invitation from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he said that we were gonna be meeting. I just never got the invite for it, so it's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, are you available?" I'm like, "Yeah." Send me an invite. But yeah, I straight up like I'm not like I didn't see your invite. No.
Sorry, my calendar's booked solid.
Massey knows how the Microsoft shit works. Even if you don't respond to it, it still shows up.
Oh
in
yeah,
your
still
shit that it's upcoming.
in there. Yeah.
Yep.
So
You
I
get
would
the
have seen
auto
it.
tentative.
But yeah, anyway, that was funny.
That's right, Addy. When we're not consuming our own, the vaping community is loving and helpful. At least people like Addy are. So reach
Is there
out
still
if you-
vape drama anymore? Like, what's?
I don't know. I was just making fun of us.
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, is there vape drama anymore?
I don't know. I just stay out of it these days. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining this week. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Addy to putting out all those awesome links. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Festy for always being our dependable mod, and all you folks that are coming by here. I hope this show gave you a little bit of a chuckle and lighten the mood for the rest of the week. We'll see you next week. Deuces.
Peace.